James, would you like to introduce your presentation, please, today?
My presentation is on youth crime and its causes. Statistics published by the Home Office in 2012 show that a quarter of all crime in the UK is committed by school-aged children. This is an alarming statistic that raises an important question. Do we truly understand the causes of youth crime? Research shows that there is no simple reason why children become involved in offending, and that there are a number of things that can act together to make a child more likely to commit crime. Throughout my presentation, I'll explore some of the main reasons. I believe that in order to prevent children offending, we need to truly understand why they do it in the first place. Poverty. Research shows that children from poor families face an uphill battle against poverty, because poverty is closely linked to children who get involved in crime. Growing up in poverty means being cold, going hungry, not being able to join in various activities with your friends, and not going on holiday. All of these things which we take for granted. Fact. By 16, children receiving free school meals achieve 1.6 grades lower than their wealthier peers at GCSE. Leaving school with fewer qualifications means lower earnings. Child poverty also has long-lasting effects. This cycle is difficult to break free from. Remember, poverty is beyond a child's control, however stealing food because they are hungry is not. The following is an anecdote taken by a offender called Andy. Living in London, you have people driving X5s and Bentleys in the same area as people struggling to buy food. At 12 or 13, you realise your parents aren't able to provide for you anymore, so you find a way of providing for yourself. Another main cause is troubled homes and bad parenting. Parents are generally the most important people in children's lives. Their views and behaviour influence their children's behaviour in a good or bad way. Children are more likely to get into trouble if their parents are bad role models. The main reasons being they have a poor relationship with them, either lack of communication or affection, lack of boundaries, no supervision, no rules. Not knowing where they are or who they are with leaves the children vulnerable to culture, violence, child sexual exploitation, drugs, alcohol, antisocial behaviour, negative peer pressure and truancy. Parent antisocial behaviour includes drug and alcohol misuse, violence and criminal activity influence children. All of these influence children to commit crime. Running away from home to escape some or all of the above. Conclusion. It's not surprising that some people living in homes and communities where poverty and crime rates are high are more likely to offend. Now we've explored some of the main causes, I would ask you to consider, are young people who commit crime really offenders that deserve punishing, or victims of a failing society? From the issues I have explored, I am of the opinion that some choose to offend despite having other options available to them. However, some are victims of a failing society and have no other option available to them.
Thank you, James. I wonder, in your causes, you didn't mention gang culture and peer pressure. Do you think that's a significant cause as well?
Yeah, it's a significant cause, and I feel that they influence a child to commit crime and lead them down the wrong road.
Thank you.
What age around would you cut off how old they have to be a youth offender?
I would say that they have to be around 18 years old before you cut them off for a youth offender, as I feel before they're 18 that they're still growing, developing, not sure what's right and wrong and things like that. And I feel that once you're past 18 years old, you're classed as an adult and you can provide for yourself then.
So don't you feel that us being 14 we don't know what's right and wrong?
I feel that we know the difference between right and wrong, however, what you say is correct, as in, I feel that we can tell the difference between right and wrong, but yeah, I still feel that if we commit crime at our age, then it's not always due to us, it may be due to our parents not looking after us properly.
Do you think we should punish them for the crimes that they're committing?
I think we should punish the parents for the crimes that they've committed, depending on how bad or serious the crime is. And I think we should punish the parents because they won't have looked after their child properly if they're going out unsupervised, doing whatever they want with whoever they are, whoever they're with. So yeah.
James, I'm not sure of the age, but if, say, someone of 12, 13, 14 commits a serious crime, I think that their identity is protected. In other words, their name is not revealed in the media. What do you think about that?
I think it's done for the best of the child, and that if it was got out of I think they're too young to really for their names to be told, because they're still not even teenager. You said 12. They're not really old enough to be identified.
But you could say then they're not old enough to commit the crime, and yet they have. So
Well,
how
yeah.
do you reconcile that?
Well, I believe that's mainly due to a bad upbringing on behalf of the parents or who the child's been around. So yeah, I think it may be to blame to who the child's actually been around or the parents of the child.